Hello friends, my name is Molly. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. Today is a very exciting video. I think it's something that I would want to see when I first started doing yoga, specifically yoga every day. And it is the relationship between your yoga practice and traveling. I've been doing yoga for more than 3 years now, and I committed to daily yoga practice. I definitely experienced quite a bit of traveling while practicing yoga every day. So in today's video, I want to share some of the challenges that you might encounter and how to make it still part of your life even when you travel, and not just sustain it, but also make your traveling time better because you're bringing your practice with you. I think it's fair to acknowledge all of the obstacles to doing yoga that arise when you do travel, and it is inconsistent schedule. You might be super jet lagged. Your environment could be very different. You don't necessarily have your own space to do yoga. People you travel with may be on a completely different page, so you need to adjust. Everything might be new, exciting, maybe stressful. Yoga is not something that comes to your mind right away or you find space to do. And considering all of those unknown variables when you do travel, what are the benefits of doing yoga when you travel? Why don't we just forget about it for the time being? And here are some ways that yoga benefits your traveling time. By making time for my practice, I deepen my connection with myself, and that allows me to have a fuller experience when traveling. And I could say the same thing about the physical aspects. When I do my physical practice throughout the day of traveling, I feel like my body does support me. Traveling can be intense depending on what kind of traveler you are, but when I do prep my body for it, it gives me this much more satisfying experience throughout the day where my body supports me, and I appreciate that kind of teamwork when I do make time for the physical practice. When it comes to evening practice, something that I also love doing when traveling, it feels like you can really digest the day, and it helps me to maintain my energy throughout traveling so well because I don't constantly overextend my capacity, and I bring myself back to that place of groundedness and calm. Even though it might be an effort to just force yourself to go back to that stillness within, it pays off so much because you don't burn yourself out with all of the constant excitement and just projection outward, which allows you to have better rest and better preparedness for the next day ahead. One of my favorite things about doing yoga when traveling, whenever I do my practice in any location that I happen to come to, it gives me the opportunity to settle in where I feel like I'm home. I come to that place of grounding, peace, calm, and belonging. This is something that I really, really cherish. I love doing yoga before the flight because I know my body will be sitting for 10 hours in an airplane chair between two huge men, so this is a must. And after flight, the most rewarding thing ever, to just stretch out. I definitely take any opportunity I can to just do some asanas, to stretch out my body in the most kind of calm, non-intruding other people way. But you can use the chairs. You can use honestly anything. By doing yoga, I feel like you kind of press that refresh button and come out a better experiencer. And just overall, I value a sharper mind and lighter body. That just allows me, like I said, to have a deeper experience when traveling. That lightness and that sharpness that just a little yoga practice provides is something that I feel so deprived without. Those are very subtle internal things that make such big difference when just experiencing the world. And what I also noticed from practicing yoga, that it gives you that opportunity to tap into the internal space that is purely yours, and that reminder helps you to keep a more authentic approach to your trip. Traveling with people can be challenging in the ways where you sometimes lose yourself. I definitely appreciate that quality about fitting in a small chunk of a practice into your day that allows you to stay yourself and remember what that yourself is. I feel like I am just generally a better person if I do my yoga practice, better teammate. Just in general, I feel like if I do go away from people and do my practice, I'm a better person and I give back so much more. I think people around me appreciate me more after my practice, even if they don't realize it on a surface level. There are better vibes happening. Those are definitely some great benefits to bringing your practice with you to your traveling. But it's still challenging. So I just wanted to share some of the things that helped me to maintain my practice and make my trip much more enjoyable. So we'll start with the basics. Mornings and evenings are your friends. So definitely accentuate this time for doing yoga when you're traveling, because it will help you either set the great tone for your day ahead or settle in after a long day of exploring or whatever you like to do when you're traveling. And when I say bring your yoga with you, I don't always mean your physical practice. Sometimes my yoga practice is meditation, which also really helps to ground down and connect with yourself. Or it could be pranayama, which is also very beneficial in centering yourself. It doesn't always have to be a physical practice. Keep it short and sweet. It just has to be, and it could be as short as it needs to be. And I feel like I still don't miss out on too much traveling time. When you're traveling with people who don't do yoga, it is your responsibility to communicate that you are retrieving to a quiet corner to do your thing for 20 or so minutes. I just want to prevent unnecessary excuses if there is a great opportunity that you could set up for yourself. I don't know who needs to hear that. Mat is not something that determines whether you have your practice today or not. I personally love practicing evening yoga, sort of stretchy, relieving postures on the bed. You have the ground. It supports you every day. It can support you when you do your practice as well. Yeah, hype yourself up a little bit. It is very tempting to just concentrate on the external stimulation and indulge in that. But the balance is what really cultivates the joy in our lives, so don't forget to maybe sometimes push yourself to do those things that require stillness and introspection. Just remember, by setting 10 to 20 minutes aside, you'll come out of this practice richer, stronger, with more uncluttered mind and space to experience the day deeper. So I hope next time you're traveling, you can bring your practice with you and all of the beautiful benefits that it provides you with. It was very, very nice chatting with you. I know the setting is very different. I'm in Russia right now, back home in Moscow, so I'm filming in my childhood house and it is quite different. Let me know if there's any things that you would like me to discuss more on this channel. Let's talk in the comments and hope to see you soon. Bye bye.